What up, Dokkanners? Global had a data download and it was 643 megabytes worth of goodness, but I'm sure you already know the talk of the town is that we are getting not one but two GOKU Black Rose EZAs. The first being the TUR that I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with at this point, but the second one, based on the thumbnail and the title, is the LR GOKU Black Rose. So our very own Proton dropped this little number on Twitter and just left the caption, oops. So a lot of people were trying to think, is this real? Is this fake? Is this a cruel joke? It is very real. So I'm here to explain to you what is going on with this, and then we'll go over the rest of the data download video. So when it comes to the LR GOKU Black Rose, why is this singular asset here? And why was it not on JP? Turns out that the global boneheads that run the data download or whatever, the server, I don't know the technical jargon, but those bozos, when they were doing the data download, they also included this in the assets, and the way that Proton found it was through the My Data section. So I think it was through the titles that you earn from completing EZAs. He noticed something irregular, and then he investigated further and found this. This is a raw, untranslated asset on the global side of the game. It is not yet in the JP database. So it is quite literally global's fault that we know this. Now, the fact that this is all that we have for the GOKU Black Rose leads me to believe that the EZA is not going to be dropping during this first half of part 3. I think this is going to be how we end part 3. You know how basically each section of the celebration is 2 weeks. The first half has X number of things. The second half has other stuff. That's what I think is going to be happening here. We're going to get the TUR GOKU Black Rose along with all of the events that we talked about in recent videos. That's going to be happening in part 1 of part 3, or that sounds so confusing. In the first half of part 3, so week 5, and then week 6 of worldwide download, which is the final week as we exit out, that will give us the LR GOKU Black Rose. Along with that, we could be getting something else, and I am more than ready for these GOKU Black Rose. I have pulled so many of this character that I just have everybody rainbowed out and maxed. All right, but anyway, let's go back to this. So I talked about this in a recent video, maybe like 4 or 5 videos ago, and it has to do with all of the passive IDs. So this is more like data download stuff. But our very own Proton took all of the various IDs, ordered them together, and then made this list. And with these little gaps in here, he basically theorized these units would be filling up with certain characters. And some of them already been announced. Free-to-play in Trunks. We already know that's getting an EZA. Free-to-play STR Super Saiyan Future Trunks. We know that unit's getting an EZA. Int GOKU Black. We know that unit's getting an EZA. Whether it's good or not, that's besides the point. But we know it's happening, and it's happening right here. The reason why GOKU Black has 2 lines is because GOKU Black has 2 forms, and thus 2 IDs associated with each form, right? First passive is from Form 1, base form. The second ID goes to the second passive, which is from his transformed state. That is why this little gap here with 2 lines was very obviously GOKU Black. The only one that hasn't yet been done is up here, which is another gap of 2, but that is what he's thinking is going to be physical Android 17 and AGL Android 18. And this is something that I've been thinking about too, especially with the representation of Z being so apparent during this celebration. I think there's still a good shot at this happening. In fact, I've even written this down on several not data downloads, but several prediction-based videos that I've done. So I'm very confident that this is actually going to happen now. But of course, you never know with Dokkan, so don't take this all 100% with certainty. It's all based on what they've been doing. And then this is just the TURs. These are the LRs. So Proton did the exact same thing here. There's 1 line gap right here, and then there's a 2 line gap below Mega Frieza King Cold. So out of these 2 possible spaces, GOKU Black Rose has to be down here, because GOKU Black Rose not only has a base form, but also a Berserker Rage form, right? So that means 2 passives, 2 IDs, and that is where this Rose would fit down here. I don't know who would actually fit up here, but that doesn't matter for the context of this celebration. And now that we got that asset, we know that it's going to be happening. So it's also very likely that we will fill this out as well. So I think part 3 will consist of these 3 EZAs and then whatever else they want to give us, which I don't think would be very much. Maybe Chain Battle, because Chain Battle hasn't yet been announced. Maybe Chain Battle will be in that second half with this stuff. Probably makes more sense. So that is the story on the GOKU Black LR Rose. Before we move on to the data download portion, I do want to do a quick little speculation here. Huge disclaimer, I suck at these. I never do them specifically because I suck at these. So what you're about to see is absurd, probably dumb, probably bad. So feel free to discredit this as soon as you see it. But the point of this is to encourage you guys to let me know what you think this EZA should look like. Because keep in mind, this is not just any old LR. This is a 5-year anniversary part 2 LR. GOKU Black Rose is one of 2 LRs that released during the second half of part 2 back in 2020, the other one being Broly Chi Lai Lemo. So with this unit getting...
Wait a second. Could that be theirs?
I just hope my mind just totally froze. I just thought to myself, what if that's this? I'm just coping, so disregard that. Anyway, so with Goku Black Rose being a 5-year part 2, I feel like that has to give it a little bit more of a chance at being a decent EZA. Obviously, we're coming off of the tragedy that is the Goku Black TUR. A lot of people are very upset about that. But that being said, let's take a look at what my EZA I think is going to look like. It is a Ki +4, 160% leader skill for Future Saga. Just because, again, 5-year anniversary, instead of just giving it the usual 150 bump, I'm giving it 160. Extreme int, blah, blah, blah. And then this is the pre and post transfer, or the pre and post EZA things that I think they're going to be doing. So defense boost, greatly raise defense for 1 turn, cause colossal. The only change is by greatly lowering attack on the 12 key. For the 18 key, massively raise defense and raise attack for 1 turn, cause mega colossal, and greatly lowers attack and defense. I'm trying to kind of base this off of what I've been seeing recently. Obviously, if it were me, I would want both to be massively raising defense. I would even want it to be a permanent stacking, but you know, of course, we're not going to get that. For the passive attack and defense plus 66, I've basically multiplied that by 2 and given Ki +3. So Ki +3 attack and defense plus 132, plus an additional attack and defense plus 6%. So basically this key acquisition based passive now extends to not only the attack, but the defense as well. This makes the defensive boost that much more prominent, because one of the problems with this unit is that you really want to be trying to get those killing blows. And so the attack boosting makes sense, but at the same time, the greatly raising defense just really doesn't cut it with how low his passive is. So giving attack and defense, I think, makes this 120% max out a lot more substantial. Ki +2 with each final blow, I increased that to Ki +3, and I also said attacks effective against all types, although I should probably reorder this. So let me get that out of here. Ki +3 with each final blow delivered, and attacks effective against all types. I'm not good at this stuff. All right, and then the last thing, recover 6% health at the end of the turn. I've upgraded that to basically ×2. So if you have any theories, if you have any ideas, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. What would your dream build, or I guess a more realistic build, would be for the LR Goku Black Rose, keeping in mind that Dokkan is Dokkan and they tend to do things the way that they want to do things. Plus, the villain treatment during this worldwide has been slightly questionable in some respects. So now let's go through the data download. So pretty much we're covering everything that I mentioned in my previous JP data download video, but I'm just going to be going a little bit quicker. I do want to point out the one thing that I did miss was that there was a wallpaper. That's one thing that I did miss in the previous video. Also, I do want to mention that the immense damaging thing that I talked about in that video is just Google Translate being stupid. It is very much a supreme damaging multiplier for both the free-to-play SSRs. Everybody knew that, but I just want to mention that in this video. But now let's just real quickly go over what these guys do. So starting with the SSR Trunks, Entrusted Will 77%, raises attack for 1 turn, causes supreme damage, medium chance to crit, attack and defense plus 150, plus an additional attack and defense plus 120%, Ki +9 or more, when Ki is 9 or more, sorry, plus an additional attack and defense plus 60, all allies Ki +2, defense plus 30% for 7 turns, after which defense plus 150 for himself from turn 8 onwards, high chance to guard when there are 4 or more Entrusted Will category allies on the team. That is the Trunks. Then we've got the Int Trunks. I was hoping for the domain passive or the domain abilities to be increased. It wasn't. So the domain conditions and overall abilities remain unchanged. But for the super attack, greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn. Since there's no comma, they are both temporary. One is just being temporarily boosted twice as much as the other. That's all that means. Causes supreme damage. Ki +2 attack and defense plus 100, plus an additional attack and defense plus 25 up to 100. Chance to perform a crit up to 20% by 5 with each attack performed. High chance to crit against a Future Saga or Time Travelers category enemy, plus an additional attack and defense plus 50 when performing a super per Future Saga category ally attacking in the same turn. So both units have received significant boosts. The Goku Black Rose's EZA is exactly the same. People were hoping for things to be different. Everything is exactly the same. The only difference is that the transformation condition has been altered. The transformation condition went from 80% down to 60 and went from turn 6 down to turn 4. Other than that, there are a lot of missions coming up for various events. We'll just quickly gloss over all of these. I talked about this in the JP video. We got the 50 special summon tickets. I will do a separate video for all of that. We've got more statues on the way for the various EZAs that we've got. No sub EZA medals. The payout for the Search of Light and Hope event from here on out, from the 25th at 5 p.m., 22nd at 5 p.m. till the end, will be 5 Dragon Stones. So you're basically getting a single per run of this. We're also getting more stones for Extreme Z Awakening stuff, story event stuff. We're also getting a new support memory. This new support memory, let's take a look at what this does. Future Saga, allies attack and defense plus 10% in battle. And for 7 turns, Trunks, anyone who's named Trunks gets key plus 1. So this is the same thing like the Movie Heroes buff that gives a permanent stat boost for the battle. Universe Survival Saga. So this is basically that, and it gives a little bit extra of a boost to Trunks, although there are too many good Trunkses to be running, so that is, I guess, not the most enticing portion of the memory. Then we got more tickets, red zone tickets. We've got a new support memory boost event. They are boosting this support memory right here, Trunks and Mai's reunion. This is exactly what I expected. It now becomes all allies key plus 1 attack and defense plus 15%, plus an additional attack and defense plus 5% per time traveler category allies, and for 3 turns from the start of battle when there's 2 or more time travelers category allies on the team. Additional 5%. Yeah. So this is obviously a whole heck of a lot better, but you're going to have to complete the missions. You're going to have to beat this event. These events are actually kind of challenging. So in order to get that boost, you're going to have to earn it. That's what they're making you do here. We've got the Divine Wrath Mortal Will. So stage 8 and stage 9. I believe stage 8 is set to be just Fusion Zamasu Corrupted. All of the boss data is in the data download, are in the files, but we can't say for sure exactly who is designated to be where. But based on what I've been hearing, it's very likely that we're probably going to be seeing just Fusion Zamasu Corrupted as a singular boss for stage 8, which I guess makes sense because we had the Vegito Blue as a singular boss in stage 7. And then for stage 9, I believe it's going to be Super Saiyan Trunks, like the LR Super Saiyan Trunks, what the LR looks like. And then the second form would be when he goes, what is it? Standby? Protector mode? I don't know. I'm blanking right now. Standby mode. So the second form would be that. And for these missions, clear with 6 Battle of Fates on the team. All supers for stage 8. Also bring 6 Entrusted Wills. For stage 9, bring all bad guys, which makes sense. And then you are done with the whole thing. So that is 10 more stones. And I think that pretty much covers the rest of the missions. There's a couple more story event stuff. There's also the Lamentation of the Absolute God. Actually, we should look up what that does. So let me see if I can find that. If we go to support memories, we go down to orange, where is it? This one. Realm of Gods, category allies attack and defense plus 10% for 3 turns when there's a time travelers category enemy. That's what that does. Then we got Extreme Z area stuff. You got to do this for the STR Trunks. You got to do this for the Int Trunks. And that pretty much covers all of the missions coming up. Is there anything else that I need to mention here? There's a new movie, which I will not watch for this one. Just don't want this video to drag on any longer. Those are all the medals. And I think that's it. If I scroll any further, we're going to see some bad stuff. So there you have it, folks. I believe that is everything. Explosive Chain Battle. Oh, yes. Explosive Chain Battle 36. The assets are in the data download. When that's going to be dropping, I think it's probably going to be happening along with the LR EZA in the second half. But everything else should be starting early. Once again, part 3 will be starting at 11 p.m. PDT on September 21st. So basically, tonight, we are getting the part 3 festivities. And then 2 hours after that, we will get the Goku Black TUR EZA. So I will be going live on the channel to live stream all of this stuff. All of the new challenge events, we'll be recording them live. We'll be posting them live. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be busy. And it is going to be, it's going to be peak Dokkaning. This is part 3. The first half, the second half will surely be just as hype as the first half. I know people are bummed out about the Goku Black, but I'm still excited because mainly I want to see what those challenge events are going to look like. Ultimate Red Zone, with the standard that we've set, with the challenge events being already as difficult as they are with stage 7, this is going to be bonkers. This is going to be a very, very epic finish to the worldwide download celebration. Guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the data download stuff, the revelation of the LR Goku Black EZA. Are you happy? Are you sad? Let me know your thoughts overall in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.